Hi VC, this is Aaron with Alamare, and today I'm going to be going through the first half of my J's, and let's start right out here. First up, I got a folk pop guy that's Terry Jacks, Season in the Sun. That's a pretty big hit. Pretty folky. There's the label there. Pretty good song though that is, and pretty good record. And then I got some Joe Jackson, I'm the Man. There's the label. And then Joe Jackson, Night and Day. And there's the band there. The lyrics. This had Steppin' Out, was a big hit from this album. Pretty good stuff. And then this is a Jackson 5 third album. I don't have a whole lot of them, but I do have a couple. And they look really young on this one. It's their third record, so Motown. And then Looking Through the Years. Oh, Looking Through the Windows, sorry. Jackson 5, they're a little older there. Motown Records. Then I got a Michael Jackson solo record called Got to Be There. Pretty young there. Wow. And also on Motown. And it's pretty cool. He does Ain't No Sunshine, the Bill Withers song in here. It's pretty cool. And then Thriller. Thriller has some great musicians play on it. For instance, Billie Jean had a Eddie Van Halen did the solo, but Steve Lukather from Toto did most of the guitar on that, and he did a lot of guitar all through this. Pretty good record here. Everyone knows that. It's one of the biggest selling records ever, of course. And then this is Jackal's first album, their debut. Really good record. I love this. I listened to this a lot when it came out. I Stand Alone and Redneck Punk and, you know, Back Off Brother, Brain Drain, really good stuff. I thought this was by far the best record they did. I really love this one. But I also have Rowico. I guess that's how you say it. A little more modern one. It's alright. It's not nearly as good as their debut. Their second album was pretty good too. But I really like the first one, by far the best. And then it's Mick Jagger, She's the Boss. Not as good as the Stones, you know, the solo stuff, but it's pretty good. Then I got a heavy metal band called Jaguar. This is a good record here. Road Racer Records. I usually have good bands on that label. This is pretty good. And I got some funk, some Rick James street songs. This one's got Super Freak on it. Kind of a different label there. And then I've got another Rick James. This is Wonderful. Looks a lot like Prince on the inside here, I think. And here's the label there. And then this is a Rick James presents Bobby M. Blow. I don't know this one as well. It's pretty good though. I've heard it once as well. And then here's a pretty good old band. Tommy James and the Shondelles. This is something special, the best of, an early best of. Doesn't have most of their big hits. It had Hanky Panky on this, and I Think We're Alone Now, which was redone by Tiffany in the 80s. It became a big hit for her. So this is the original. They did it originally. And then this one here, Crimson and Clover. And I can't remember what song, but one of these songs, this is a really good record, by the way, Crimson and Clover. It's also got you know, Crystal Blues Persuasion's really good. I can't remember what song. There's one song on here that actually has backwards messaging, where you take it and you spin it backwards, and they say, it's just a bunch of goofy things they say on it. I can't remember what song it is, but it's on this record. One of the first back masking. And here's the best of Tommy James and the Shondelles. This is a later version, so it's got all their big hits on it. Sweet Cherry Wine, you know, and it's got one of these deals here, and same label as the other, so I don't need to show it. And then Next up, I got the James Gang. I really like them. Joe Walsh, of course, was their original guitarist, but then he left and they've had other guitarists since. But this is a thirds. This is a really good record here. It's got Walk Away on it. It's probably the best known James Gang song. And all the funk songs. And I got James Gang in Concert. This is really good. Really good record here. Joe Walsh is a killer guitarist. I really like him. That's a good record. Good live record. Then I got the Best of the James Gang featuring Joe Walsh, so it's all the best stuff he did with him. Funk 48 and Funk 49, those are both great. The Bomber's really good. Really good band. I like the early James Gang, was really good. Their mid stuff is pretty good too. I like a lot of their mid things too. Then I got Straight Shooter. It's a pretty good record here. The label there. Yep. And then this one here is actually one of my favorites, called Bang. And Tommy Bolin is on guitar on this one. I really like Tommy Bolin. He was in a couple really good bands, and then he had a couple solo records in Deep Purple for a short time as well. He's a really good guitarist. And then after that I got Newborn. Pretty interesting cover here on this one. And that's a pretty good record too. And here, next up I got Jane's Addiction, Nothing Shocking. This is a gold stamp promo. So it's an original press of this. They look pretty young, wow. Dave Navarro there. Perry Farrell. Yeah, they're a pretty good record. I wasn't into this when it came out, but I've learned to like it in my, as I've gotten older. But it's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. And here's a really good band. This is the first stage. This is Jefferson Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow. Good records. Got White Rabbit and Somebody to Love, but all the other songs on this are really good too. It's a good record. 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds. That's cool. Plastic Fantastic Lover. Good stuff. I also have another version of it. I'll show it just because it looks so different. It's a Best Buy series, but it's actually got a gray cover there. I tend to listen to the other one when I listen to it, though. And then they became Jefferson Starship. I only have one, and this is a really good record, Red Octopus. Got a lot of great musicians on here. It's even got Papa John Creech on there. I like him a lot. I got one of his solo records on Grunt. Pretty good, pretty interesting label. And then I only have one of the Starship era, and this is by far my least favorite of all those. And this is Knee Deep in the Hoopla. I was never a big fan of We Built This City. That song, even when it was out, I never liked it much. So, but this record's all right. It's kind of way more pop direction than they were, but it's all right. Then here's a really good band here, Jethro Tull. This is Stand Up. I need to get more Jethro Tull. I got a few of them, but they're really good. I like them. This has got the. That's kind of cool. Here's the label there. And then my favorite Jethro Tull, I've listened to this since I was young, Aqualung. Really good. It's almost heavy metal in parts. That's why I really like it. Really good record. Cross-Eyed Mary and the title song, Locomotive Breath, and Hymn 43. Great stuff on here. This is a great record. And then got Living in the Past. This is a double record here. Pretty good. Green Chrysalis. And then another really great record they did, Thick as a Brick. Pretty cool record here. This is it folds down, has a newspaper that folds all out. It's kind of cool. I won't go through it, but yeah, it's a really good record. This is probably my second favorite Jethro Tull record. I really like this one. Got a lot of good songs on it. A lot of long versions. And then Minstrel in the Gallery, another pretty good one. And it's upside down on the back. This is a good record too. And then I've got Heavy Horses. This is a really good one as well. All their stuff's good. I need to get the few I'm missing. I'm missing about half of their old stuff. But that's a good record too. Heavy Horses. And then I've got Jethro Tull Live, Double Live, Bursting Out. Ian Anderson there. And the labels are Blue Chrysalis. Pretty good record here. And then I've got their MU, the Best of Jethro Tull. And that's got a lot of their great songs on it. But it's like any band, a lot of the hits, there's other songs that are just as good. You know, this has got Teacher and Aqualung, Thick as a Brick, Bungle in the Jungle, Locomotive Breath. That's just the first side, pretty good stuff. It's all good. And then I've got some Joan Jett here. I Love Rock and Roll. This is the version with Little Drummer Boy. There's two different versions of this. And my wife really loves Joan Jett. I like her too, she's good. And she has Crimson and Clover on this. It's in the same stock there. And then Glorious Results of a Misspent Youth, another good record by her. Not as well known as that one, of course. But she does Cherry Bomb on this, the Runaway song. That's pretty cool. I like that song. And then Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Good Music. This is a really good record, actually. I like this one. Cool labels there. And then next up, I've got Billy Joel. I got a bunch of him. Of course, I'm missing a few, but I don't have his first record, but I do have his second, Piano Man. Pretty good record, pretty good song there. One of his most known. There's the label there. Yep. And then Turnstiles. It's a good record here. Say Goodbye to Hollywood, New York State of Mind. Those are the big songs off this one. Same label. And then I've got some Street Life Serenade, another pretty good record by him. Yep. This has The Entertainer. Probably the biggest hit from that, but the deep tracks on this one are pretty good. I like this album. And then The Stranger, a great record. This is an amazing record here. Of course, most people know this one. It's got, you know, Moving Out, The Stranger, Scenes from Italian Restaurant, Just the Way You Are. Like, the whole first side is a real big hit. It's Only the Good Die Young, great song. She's Always a Woman. You know, this is almost a greatest hits album for him, really. Good record. And then I got some 52nd Street. It's another good one. It's got Big Shot on here, I believe. And what else? Honesty in My Life. Yeah, this is a good record as well. Same label there. And then my favorite by Billy Joel. This has always been my favorite, Glass Houses. I really like this one. It's a little more rocking for him. That's why I like it so much. Good stuff. You know, it's got You May Be Right, Sometimes a Fantasy, Don't Ask Me Why. It's only rock and roll. It's still it's still rock and roll to me. Sorry, that's actually one of his best songs too. And then some Songs in the Attic, another pretty good record here. I mean, he had a string of really good records. She's Got Away was a big hit off this. Street Life Serenader, Captain Jack, that's a good one. A little rough there, but the record plays good. And it's on that same label. And then I've got a couple Japanese versions. I got the Nylon Curtain Japanese master sound recording. This one sounds really good. And this is, I got a couple of his best songs. Pressure is one of his best songs he ever did. Allentown, of course. Really good record here. And then I've got an Innocent Man Japanese version. This sounds killer as well. This one I didn't like quite as well. This is pretty good. It's got Tell Her About It, Uptown Girl. You know, it's a little more 80s pop, but it's pretty good. And then I've got his Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2. I used to have this on cassette back when I was young, so I know this really well. You know, it's all his big hits from those records, and he had a bunch of them. Really good record there. And then my last one here is The Bridge. This is a good album too. It's got Matter of Trust on it. That's a good song. So there's my Billy Joel's. That's all I have of him. I'm missing a few, of course, but. Next up, I'll tackle the rest of the J's, and then I should finish them up in one more shot here. And all right, well, thanks for watching, and rock on. Bye.